we've been talking about it, but this is why the 49ers need to go all in. I think a lot of Niner fans think that's not the smart thing to do. What you do is you make yourself a playoff team and you continue to be judicious and prudent with your spending. Nah, forget that. What's worked the last few years, the Rams made a big push to win the Super Bowl. Niner fans were like, "Oh, that's not going to work. Good luck. You just mortgaged your future. Who cares they have a Super Bowl?" Same with the Bucks.
I heard they won't be good this year.
Right. Yeah, that's just bogus. It seems like you got to make the all-in push to win the Super Bowl. They're right there, and they could still do it. There's guys like, there's guys who Zadarius Smith still available. Fletcher Cox.
There's players that would put them
Stephon
over the
Gilmore.
top. And the thing is, and the other misnomer with this is that, the 49ers don't do business like that. They're not aggressive. What regime have you been? They have been aggressive under every time they have assets to spend. Did they not trade 3 first-round picks to go get a quarterback? Did they not pay for Trent Williams? Did I not just talk about Quan Alexander, Jerick McKinnon,
D. Ford was a big move.
D. Ford, Emmanuel Sanders? When they have money to spend, they are aggressive and they do go all in. The reason people think they don't is because, one, they're not maybe as aggressive as the Rams, and two, their moves haven't worked out as much as the Rams, right? Like Quan Alexander, even though you can argue it had its benefits, and from signing him, right, he unlocked Fred Warner's personality. That's what he says. He brought a swag to the defense. You also did not sign a 24-year-old linebacker so you could trade him for, what did they trade him for? A conditional 4th to New Orleans in a year? You did not sign Quan Alexander to do that. You didn't sign D. Ford to play what? Even though D. Ford, in some ways, he helped you get to the Super Bowl in 2019, you didn't sign D. Ford. So, the moves in general and have not worked out maybe as much as they wanted to, but this team has made a lot of aggressive moves. They made a lot of big moves. So this idea that they aren't aggressive when they have assets to spend, if they had that 25 point, my favorite argument I've heard this week is the 25, Jimmy Garoppolo isn't preventing them from signing anybody else. If they wanted to sign anybody, they could just restructure this guy, extend this guy. Well, do you know the cost of doing those roster, and you know how much that complicates things if you're doing those roster and cap gymnastics? Because here's the thing. Let's say you take a player like Samson Ebukam and you extend him, right? You extend him to clear cap space. You're extending a player who really gave you 6 games of production last year, because Samson Ebukam struggled for the first 8 or 9 games adjusting to playing as a true defensive end, which is something he had not done thus far in his career. Is it worth doing that? Because a year from now, if something goes wrong, you would be hurting and it would be illogical in a lot of cases, and it would be a long-term mismanagement of your assets to be able to do all of those things to sign a player when you have a clear avenue, one, for $25.5 million, right, if you trade him, and even for $17.2 million if you cut him. So it would be that argument just blows my mind. When people say, it's not preventing them from making moves. Hell yeah, it's preventing them from making moves. Because I promise if they had $25.5 million, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan aren't going to sit on their thumbs. They're going to go spend it, because that's their MO.